There's a formula that everybody must have, that consciousness. Are we talking about the spending habits, removing the spending habit and building a habit of savings? To do that, you also have to do it intelligently too. Okay. And that's where the word formula comes in. Now, the word formula is talking about your money, which is your income, okay, plus time. Your money plus time plus or minus rate of return minus inflation.
I need to throw more light on that.
Minus tax. I'm going to throw more lights. I won't leave my viewers hanging.
Of the Business Hub, and on our series with Mr. Israel Eyamo on building black wealth for black community in North America.
Thank you.
Mr. Israel, nice having you again.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm good.
I can see it's evident, right? Okay, so last time we were just trying to introduce the word formula. So let me give you the opportunity to do that, please.
Okay, yeah, before we go into the word formula, the last episode we talked about emergency fund and investment, right?
That's right.
Yeah, just to lay foundation, the things that usually affect the immigrant community, the racialized and the black community, one is cash flow. Remember you asked the question about issues of cash flow, so I had to try to demystify it. Cash flow is very important to individuals and families. So the issue of cash flow can plague anybody. If you don't have cash flow, there is a problem. That's the lifeblood. That's the lifeline of every family and every individual.
Cash flow.
Cash flow. So another aspect is the retirement problem.
Okay.
A lot of people, especially we immigrants or our community, they think that there's a kind of retirement somewhere that the government has put in place, and there's Eldorado. When you get to that retirement age, it's Eldorado. You'll be shocked and be disappointed. Another aspect is the issue of the death of the breadwinner of the family.
Okay.
That is, we've discussed that a lot on the foundation of the protection. Another aspect is illness, sickness. I will always ask again, if you don't go to work today, how long can you pay your bill forward? Is this something you think about? Can you stay 1 month without working? Or 2 months or 3 months when you are currently living for paycheck to paycheck? That's a question we need to ask. And that also brings us to the aspect of the word formula, which I'm going to discuss in a little more detail.
Thank you so much. Now, talking about the word formula, can you give us what are the components that make up the word formula?
Oh, thank you very much. That's a very good question. Now, we're talking about the emergency fund and investment. There's a formula that everybody must have, that consciousness. Are we talking about the spending habits, removing the spending habit and building a habit of savings? To do that, you also have to do it intelligently too. Okay. And that's where the word formula comes in. Now, the word formula is talking about your money, which is your income,
okay,
plus time. Your money plus time. Then plus or minus rate of return.
Your income.
Your income.
Time.
Plus time. Plus time. Plus or minus rate of return. Minus inflation.
I need to throw more light on that, right?
Minus tax. I'm going to throw more lights. I won't leave my viewers hanging. Now, your money is now I'm advising you to have a saving culture, savings and investment culture. so that you can be able to build your emergency wealth, your emergency fund, and invest your excess, right? Now you have that income. What are you supposed to be thinking about? About the time. How long will it take you to grow your wealth? Remember I gave 2 scenarios of somebody that is keeping the $10 principle.
Yeah.
Every day. $10. In a month is $300. Then if the person has a rate of return of 8% for 30 years, that's about $447,000, over $447,000. So money takes time to grow. That's the point. It's a plus, but it takes time to grow. You don't want to go in any scheme that what's it called? Fraudulent scheme. What kills a lot of people is that they're able to gather some money, but they are cowed or deceived or defrauded because they want to make quick money. There's no quick money anywhere. Money takes time to grow. You must be patient for that money to grow. As long as you are putting it in the right portfolio, that's the second level I'm going to be talking about, the rate of return. If you have an option of putting your fund in a place where it grows simple interest, and you have another option to put in a place where it goes compounding. Compounding principle was enacted by Albert Einstein. It's called the 8 wonders of the world. So which one will you choose? You choose the compounding, right? So that's where we talk about the rate of return. What rate of return are you having today? For those that are even making effort, do you have the bulk of your money in your checking and savings account and this money is not working for you? You are the only one working. You work 8 hours or 16 hours. You are the only one working. Something should also be working for you while you are sleeping. Another aspect of that too, of building wealth, is to have something that can also generate income from you. We are talking about part of it is cash flow. If the source of your cash flow dries up, that person is in trouble. So do you want to use other people's money or do you want to use other people's time? Other people's time is most advocated because you don't need to borrow so much from the bank. Use other people's time. And we have that formula in the system that I am currently. We train people and make them to be self-sustaining, growing their team, building their business, and creating wealth. I just spoke about plus or minus rate of return. Why is it plus or minus? You can have minus if the rate of return you are having. I give example of when I came initially to Canada, I had my money. I came with some money I put in the bank. I was having 40-something cents. What would I do in the whole year? 40-something cents. So plus or minus rate of return. The second leg, the third also is inflation. But inflation does not carry plus or minus. Okay. It's minus. Minus inflation. Minus inflation. Why? Because inflation is a silent killer. Viewers, inflation is a silent killer. Just think back when you first of all came to Canada, or some few years back, how much you used to buy a loaf of bread? How much was your gas to fill the tank of your gas? How much was it when you were buying those groceries? How much is rent today? So why we say inflation is a silent killer? So people, they are so scared. I just want safety. I'm seeing my money every day. I check. I can go there, take $100, put back. If you keep $100 in a place where it's not beating inflation, it's not edging against inflation.
Now that you have mentioned inflation,
yes.
And I think I'm interested in that as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like a recurring dogma, over time.
It's always like that.
So, now, how does inflation and tax affect wealth building?
Yes, you just mentioned the last component of the wealth formula.
Okay.
Minus inflation, minus tax. So let me run the two together. Like I said, inflation is a silent killer. Because if you have $100 in your bank account today, in 1 year time, it's no longer $100 in real value. It's about $65 in real value.
Because of
inflation. You are still seeing the $100 there, But what would that $100 buy for you? At the time you put it, say you save the $100 in January this year, 2024, today is December. You go there, you still see $100 with some few cents, right?
Yeah.
What is the actual dollar, actual value if you withdraw that $100? The time you would have bought gas, 1st of January, or the time you would have bought that bread, 1st of January. What is that value? You can't get that quantity. So you have lost money already. Then the issue of tax. I mentioned there are 3 buckets people usually have. So the choice is yours, viewers. There's a portfolio that is taxed now. There's a portfolio that is taxed later. There's another that is tax advantage. So if you have all your life, I'm not saying you should not keep money in those checking or savings account. Those should be something that you should be, those are recurrent daily expenditure. It's what you should keep there. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm telling you as of seriousness. So if you keep your money there, it's taxed now. The constant thing about, those of us, generally, it's taxed. Whether you save money, they tax you. You buy something, they tax you. You spend money, they tax you. Even when you die, they also tax you. So you can't avoid it. And tax avoidance is a crime. But there's room for tax advantage, a legal way to reduce your tax exposure. So if you put your money in a place where it has inflation, which is silent killer, which you are not conscious about. People are not really conscious. That's why I call it the silent killer. However, your money is going down.
It's going down.
But then you have your place where it is not tax efficient. You have it in checking, savings, GIC, and all those buckets. Non-registered. There's no tax just shelter there. Your money is the rate of inflation or the tax implication is making your money to lose value. Then some have theirs in tax advantage. Tax deferred. That's where your RRSP comes in, your Lira, and all those comes in, right?
Okay.
Then, to be more enterprising, if you are smart, you should be looking for a tax advantage. I'm quite sure many people do not know there's a tax advantage account. That's where your TFSA falls in. I mentioned in the last episode FHSA, but that is only limited for those that are planning for down payment. If you are not planning for down payment, that doesn't mean anything to you.
Time is a challenge here now, and we just have about a minute.
Yeah.
Can you use that 1 minute and do a recap and what our viewers should, maybe like, I would call it, your professional advice on this right now? Because you have actually thrown out quite a lot of information.
Yeah.
So, in just within 40 seconds, can you just do a wrap up and just advise our viewers?
My viewers cannot actually get the full advice in 1 minute, actually. So you need to scan that code, get in touch with me. Let's talk. And I will do a financial need analysis and no area that of concern. Then, in short, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we should look at, once you develop the habit of saving and investment, you should now understand the WED formula and be conscious about it. Knowing that money takes time to grow, then the rate of return of wherever you put it in your portfolio is determined by you. You should determine that. Is it a plus or a minus rate of return? Then, if you must be conscious about inflation, and that will make you to be very conscious of where you put your money. Right. Then the tax bucket. Is it a tax now? Do you prefer a tax now? Or do you want a tax deferred? That means they will tax you in the latter years. Or do you want a tax advantage? The choice is yours.
It's good to know that you can also have tax deferred, right?
Yeah, it's deferred, but tax advantage is the best. If you want my
thank you, Mr.
advice.
Israel.
Thank you very much.
Our time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it's just getting more interesting. And for our viewers, you will love to have Mr. Israel more on this show, possibly to even give more times where we can be able to,
So we need sponsors.
Yeah, so feel free to reach out to us so we can sponsor this very show. And I believe it's educating the community. So thank you for being part of this very edition of Building Black Wealth with Mr. Israel. My name is Ukela Prince, and we are live on the Business Hub here in Black Community Canada TV. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.